I have some very disappointing news for you guys because Japan is planning to increase its tourist visa fee for the first time since 1978. Yes, you heard that right. Japan's Foreign Minister Takeshi has announced that they really need to increase their tourist visa fee, and in comparison with United States and also European countries, that is Schengen visa and USA B1 B2 visa. Now this comes in as a huge surprise for me. I was really shocked looking at this news because Japan has been one of those countries who has never hiked its visa fees from a very long time. Now European Union, that is Schengen visa, have hiked their fees. US visa has hiked their fees. Thailand has also hiked their tourist visa fees over the years before they gave visa fees. So this is a really disappointing news, and why this is happening is Japan broke its numbers standing out for tourism this year, and they broke all their previous records in 2024 and 2023, and there were around 20 million tourists from first half of 2025, where there were only 18 million tourists in first half of 2024, and overall 31.8 million around that have visited Japan this year, and the number goes up to 40 million plus, which is predicted at the end of 2025. And for Indian travelers, Japan has been one of the famous destinations, beating Thailand, beating Vietnam, beating Malaysia, and also beating a few European countries in the form of Schengen visa over the last 3 to 4 months. Now I myself have been to Japan in March of 2025 and I've made several videos on that, guys, because Japan visa fees for Indians is just 500 rupees. That is the consulate fees. However, you cannot directly go and apply to the consulate. I won't call it a scam, but I don't want to use the word scam. Ideally, there should not be any third-party visa agents like VFS, because Japan's consulate is in Bangalore, and now I live in Bangalore. I can straight away go up to Japan consulate and apply the visa. Now why do I need VFS if it is in the same city? Now for example, if you take an example of China, now China embassy is in Mumbai. Now I can't apply from Bangalore, definitely I need an agent. I can go through VFS and then apply. But if it is in the same city, at least they should remove the rule of VFS. Why I tell is, now Japan's visa fees is 500 rupees. VFS visa fees including courier charges is 1200 rupees. Now 1200 rupees plus GST plus 500 rupees, everything comes to on and on 2000 rupees, guys. 1800 rupees change to 2000 rupees. Now this is very disappointing, because for a 500 rupee visa you're paying 2000 rupees including VFS charges, which is taking the bulk of the charges here. Now we used to apply for Japan. Now the flights are expensive to Japan, guys, don't get me wrong. I had a hack to reduce the flights cost. I used my Regalia Gold points and I reduced the flight cost. But if you generally speak, flights to Japan are expensive. Hotels are very expensive to Japan. Even hostels are expensive. You won't get any decent hostels less than 2000 to 3000 rupees. And general transportation is also expensive. JR pass is too expensive. Now Japan is not a cheap country at all, guys. Japan is not one of those Thailands, Vietnams or Malaysias. It is definitely a proper country where you need to have proper expenses or plan your budget properly to go to Japan. It's not one of these Thailand, Vietnams, don't get me wrong. Now the visa was one of the strong selling points of Japan, especially with Indian travelers, Indian passport holders, because even if your visa gets rejected, you hardly lose 1800 to 2000 rupees. Whereas if your Schengen visa gets rejected, or if your USA B1 B2 gets rejected, you have a lot more to lose, because they are not going to give the visa fee as refund. But with Japan, even if your visa gets rejected, you can lose only 2000 rupees, not more than that. Yes, if you go through a visa agent who is going to scam you another 5000 rupees, don't go. But if you legally or generally apply with your own effort, you have only 2000 rupees loss. Now with the visa fee increase, definitely it is going to impact Indian travelers like you and me. And my high suggestion or only recommendation here, guys, is if you're planning for Japan trip, please run to the latest consulate or please run to the latest embassy and apply for Japan visa and give your predicted dates and get your Japan visa. because even Japan visa is pretty strict now. Now when I applied for 15 days, they only gave the visa for 15 days. They did not give the visa for 30 days or 45 days or 5 months or 1 year. They only gave it for the dates, which means that Japan is having a lot of tourists. Over tourism is buzzing Japan, and recently also I made a video on tourism tax being collected from Japan from March of 2026. So my high recommendation, guys, if now I've already visited Japan, I don't want to go to Japan for any time soon for the next maybe 10 years, because there are a lot of other countries to see. If you have plans, if you have Japan plans, guys, kindly start your application process. Even if you're traveling in April, March, plan yourself. You can only apply visa 3 months before your travel date. For example, if you're planning to visit Japan on March 3rd, you can only apply 3 months before, that is February, January, December 3rd, Jan, Feb, March. So if you want to travel in April 1st, you can only apply after Jan 1st. 3 months basically before only you can apply for Japan visa. That is not being changed. And even now if you apply, it is 1800 rupees to 2000 rupees. That's all. Don't go through an agent. I've made several videos on how to apply Japan visa, and I've prepared cover letters and itineraries for so many people, and all those people have got their Japan visas. So if you want cover letter, if you want itinerary, if you want the most important document, that is sponsorship letter, if you are traveling with your parents, if you're traveling with your spouse who is a homemaker, or if you're traveling with your kid who doesn't have income, obviously, so you need to provide a sponsorship letter, and that sponsorship letter plays a very huge role. So if you need this, guys, I'm going to prepare this at a very reasonable cost, less than a Domino's large size pizza, you can say. So please follow me and then ping me on Instagram so I can get this letters prepared for you. Final verdict, guys, go. If you're planning for Japan anytime soon, get yourself, be prepared. In fact, prepone your dates from, if it's February, prepone it to January, and then travel as soon as possible, because visa hikes, if they increase the visa from 500 rupees to say 10,000 rupees, then Japan also would become like a Schengen visa, where visiting Schengen visa, or getting a Schengen visa rather, would only remain as the dream for Indian passport holders. So I hope this video was very helpful. I hope this video motivates you or gives you more energy to travel to Japan and get your Japan visas as soon as possible. I'll catch you guys in my next video.